What's going on, everyone? This is Nate the Great coming to you live from the Sports Status Podcast. I'm here with Brandon Herrera, which is now the fourth episode, sixth episode on the show.
Yeah, stuff like that. But
Yeah,
who's counting?
yeah. So what's going on for you? How are you doing?
Nothing. Happy March Madness Day to everybody that's watching. I know probably 95% of the world is tuning into March Madness. So,
You know,
uh,
as the show goes on, I'll keep updates. Let you know the score and everything.
yep.
Um,
Right now, I'm watching the Virginia Tech game,
yeah.
Florida. 31-27. About a minute left in the half. It looks like.
But before all that goes on, let's start off with hot take. It
Okay.
goes with any sport uh, that any sport that you can think of. Name a hot take.
Uh, I think we'll go with March Madness.
Any sport that
I mean, I know we've had a lot of discussion. There's going to be some upsets. I don't think we're going to see big ones today, but I do think Gonzaga probably the one. I know a lot of people have them picked to win it, but around Sweet 16, Elite 8, I think Gonzaga might struggle. So they might get upset late.
Wow, you actually kind of took mine, to be honest with you. I'm going to say this though. I'm going to say my hot take. Because of injuries and all. If I had to pick a team, which I don't think any one of the one teams will lose to 16 teams today. I'm just gonna say that. But if I had to pick one, it will probably be Illinois.
Okay.
I'm saying that because of they had a guy who just came back out of injury. He has a mask, strapped onto his face and all that kind of stuff. Um, you know, so that's just to add on to your hot take.
Okay.
But going on and actually, for my hot take, my hot take goes on in talking about the NFL. I feel like I'm doing a hot take with my own favorite team. Going into the cornerback situation. Chicago just released their cornerback today, and I feel like we might be favorites in getting him. His name's Kyle, but I forgot his last name.
And then Kyle Fuller?
Kyle Fuller, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be the favorites to get him.
Okay.
Now to transfer on to the next topic. We're still sticking with hot takes, but we're actually going to stick with MLB opening day. Do you have an upset that you feel like is going to happen on the MLB opening day?
Upset? No, not really. I will take my Twins though in a sweep over the Brewers, and I know a lot of people are up on the Brewers saying that they might do a run for their division title. So I guess if anything, I'll take the Twins in a sweep.
Now, as of right now, we actually play the Royals. But if I had to pick the most intriguing game right now, if I had to pick the most intriguing game, I would probably go with the Chicago White Sox versus the Angels.
Okay.
Angels to watch, and I have the Angels. One of those three games is going to go in extra innings.
Okay.
I have the Angels taking it 2-1.
Ooh, that'll help out the Twins.
Yeah. I honestly think Chicago will probably win the third one, but Angels will do that. But as for an upset, though, I don't really have one, but we do have. Now I'm looking at the schedule. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I do have an upset.
All right.
I feel like the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be swept by the Miami Marlins.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay's not the same team as last year. You know, they lost some key pieces. So
And I understand why Blake Snell wanted to go, because of
yeah,
what happened in the World Series when they took him out, and he didn't really have a bad game. I
yeah,
mean, he let how many people? He had he had almost a perfect game, except that except for one or two hits towards the seventh inning, and then he just let it. They took out Blake Snell and they put in another pitcher. So I understand why Blake Snell wanted to go.
yeah. And that's one thing with analytics in baseball these days is you don't get that chance to bail yourself out or keep pitching if you're, you know, one or two hits, you know, they come in and pull the chain right away. So, you know, pitchers back in the day, you know, Kurt or Maddox and Smoltz and Johnson,
Yeah.
Morris, you know, they give up a couple hits. Manager's like, okay, stay out there. But nowadays, you know, you give up a couple hits late, a walk, you know, they're pulling you. So you're going to see less complete games, less quality starts. I mean, you know, if 91 happened, World Series happened now, we probably don't see the greatest pitched game in World Series history or baseball history
Mhm.
where Morris goes 10 innings to get the win. So,
I will say one thing though, and I'm doing some things, backstage. I apologize if I'm a little off today. I will say one thing though. We also could have another Nolan Ryan scenario
uh,
where he had 7 no hitters.
yeah, we won't see that again.
We won't see that again because of situations like Blake Snell.
Yep. Well,
Um,
yeah, that's analytics. You're not going to
yeah,
see. I mean, now they're starting to count combined team no hitters and stuff like that. It's just, you know, there's going to be pitching
it's
records that
weird.
you won't. Yeah, we won't see broken. Nate, you're a little younger, so maybe if things change, you might start
Yeah.
seeing some of those pitching records broken. But you know, complete game shutouts, no hitters. You know, you won't see anything like back in the day. So feel sorry for those pitchers because they work so hard, and you know, to get a little rough spot and then get pulled. You know, just to watch your team come in and
Mhm.
you know, it's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, reasons like that, reason why Blake Snell goes, why I actually went for the hot take. I seriously feel like they're going to be swept by the Marlins.
Yeah, I can see that. Just looking at the schedule, intriguing series. Um, well, first off, what do you give your Colorado Rockies a chance against the Giant or Dodgers?
Colorado Rockies. They play the Dodgers opening day.
Yep. So,
Uh
what's your chances? I mean, 3 games. Come on, do they win one? Do they score more than 3 runs? I mean, they're kind of rebuilding.
I'll give them one win. I'll do
Oh,
that.
okay,
I'll give them one win.
gotcha.
I
But actually,
don't think they're
the
winning the series, but I feel like I'm going to give them one win. Just
all right,
they're my
that is at home, so that'll be
yeah, that's true. That's true. It is at
so.
home.
But actually,
Um,
looking at the schedule, Blue Jays versus the Yankees, I think throughout the whole year, I think that could be, barring major injuries, that's going to be a one battle to watch each time they're facing each other because you got a young team in the Blue Jays who brought in some key pieces to bolster their pitching staff and um, their bats, and then the Yankees do typical what Yankees do, just keep adding pieces and but Yankees have been battling a lot of injuries over the last few years, so I think the Blue Jays Yankees series throughout the whole year is going to be one to watch.
now the one now if you had to ask about my other team, Texas Rangers.
Oh,
They
against
play
the
the
Royals,
Royals.
yeah,
They play the Royals. I don't think Texas is going to sweep them, but I have them winning this. I have them
yeah,
winning this series, 2-1.
yeah. I can see them sweeping. The Royals are kind of in rebuild mode a little bit too,
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah.
true.
So So is the Rangers. I mean, but
Yeah.
so I got an update score here. Colgate 23, Arkansas 17. About 8 minutes left in the first
Ooh.
half.
Now I'm gonna
And,
let's talk about that. Actually,
okay.
we saw a couple of games, yesterday being played. The first game I wanted to cover was probably my favorite game out of that four. And if I had to, I made predictions on this actually.
Okay.
I was if you wanted to count, I'll go 2.5, 1.5. Because there is one game that even though I got who was going to win wrong, there was one
Okay.
thing about that I predicted that I was correct on. That was going to be an overtime matchup.
Oh, you're talking about the UCLA,
Yes,
Michigan State.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, there's things going in that game for both teams. There's positives and downhills for both teams. UCLA is good at defending 3-point shots.
Okay.
Well, Mount St. Mary's is great at shooting 3-point shots. That's pretty much what they're really, really good at.
You got the wrong game there, bud. It was Michigan State,
Michigan
UCLA.
State, yeah, Michigan State's really good at at shooting 3-point shots. But you look at their last four, though, they pulled not one, not two, but three upsets.
Yeah.
Three upsets against Iowa, I think they beat Illinois one time, and they beat Nebraska, I think.
Let's see here. Yeah, over the time, yeah, but the last 3 games besides that one, they lost to Maryland in a
Yeah,
close
it was
one.
Maryland, not Nebraska. It was Maryland.
They beat number 2 Michigan, and then they actually lost to number 2 Michigan. Looks like a week before that, or a few days before that, and then they beat Indiana. So
Yeah, Indiana. It was Indiana, Iowa, and then Michigan, I think.
Yeah.
So, well, I do want to say though, which is why I went for Michigan in that favor. I mean,
Well, I think
State,
everybody did. I mean, Coach
Michigan State,
Izzo, yeah, Coach Izzo's always got that team rocking when it comes to the tournament.
because when it comes to that last streak is why I went for that. But I wasn't surprised that UCLA won that game. Because UCLA was actually on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
So now UCLA won. Congratulations, but y'all are trying past BYU. I'm sorry, BYU. I don't think they're moving. I don't think they're going to be they're going to win, but I don't even see BYU making past Texas.
Yeah. Well, the thing is one, just looking at the stats here, you're going to have to get better play from your bench.
I
mean, UCLA only had 7 points off the bench. That's not going to win any games.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you got lucky. You got lucky in overtime. You got 4 guys in double digits as the starters, 2 that topped over 20. I mean, plain and simple, you're going to have to get better bench play. And they use their bench. I mean, 12, 15 minutes, a couple guys played 6, and you only come up with 7 points. To beat BYU, I mean, I'm not a great BYU guy, but to me, the bench is going to be the difference. If you can't score off the bench, you might as well just pack it up and go home right now.
Which is why I don't think UCLA is going to win this, is because I don't think they're going to do great off their bench.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you got to have bench play.
But I will say this though, BYU is another one of those teams who's great at shooting from the 3.
Okay.
So that's the one thing going against us is that BYU is great at shooting from the 3, but UCLA is great defending from the 3.
Yeah.
I see this one also being a close one. Not an overtime matchup like the last
Okay.
match, but I see this being another close one. I see BYU
Uh,
pulling the edge over it.
yeah, I got BYU winning. I mean, I thought, it kind of, sucks to not be able to pick the brackets after the Thursday games,
Yeah, that's true.
after the playing games, because if Michigan State would have made it, I probably would have leaned towards BYU or Michigan State just because of the Izzo factor. But I mean, it's kind of hard to pick,
Mm-hmm.
between three teams though, because one might not match up better. But I got BYU winning, and then of course, if Texas wins, I got them losing to Texas. So
I see them losing to Texas.
yeah,
I don't.
so. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, each game looked close. I mean,
Yeah.
last night, I think when I turned on today's game, I think they were talking about a couple games were 1 point games and a combined 16 points scored.
Literally. Speaking of you were talking about games that were 1 point games.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch a little bit about Drake and Wichita State.
Okay.
Literally, the reason why Wichita State lost that game is because they attempted to make a 3-point shot and it hit the rim of the basket, but it didn't work. It did not go through. They were
Did not go in. Okay.
Yeah, it did not go in. It hit the rim of the basket, but they tried to make a late final shot there, but that did not fell through. Honestly, even though the UCLA Michigan State game was my favorite game out of the four, this is probably the most exciting game out of the four.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes down to that, and you got a one shot and it clanks off the rim. I mean, that's just heartbreaking. It's just like a Hail Mary pass. You get it up there one last second, and three of your guys touch the ball, and all of a sudden the smallest guy on the field comes up with it, and it's for the other team. So, hats off to who Drake won that one. So hats off to them. They're going on. They're going to play USC, I believe. I just had it.
Yeah, I think they play USC.
Yeah, USC. So good luck to you. But again, you're going to have to use your bench more. I mean, 5 points between three guys. I mean, I know a lot of teams only play about 5, 6 guys, 7 guys throughout the year. But I think when it comes tournament time and this year, I think you're going to have to start using that bench more. So
I just wanted to give a little bit of a score update. Dricksville and Illinois, they just started. Both of them scored a 3-point shot.
Ooh.
Both did.
Okay.
3-3. It's
yep,
tied.
and I just switched over to Colgate and Arkansas, 27-19 Colgate, and we got about 6.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
God, I really feel like I'm, part of the broadcast teams, giving all these updates and stuff.
So yeah, today's show is really mixed up. A live update score game mixed with news. Now again, doing some recap of games here.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch Texas Southwestern and Mount St. Mary's.
Okay.
That game also was another game that I thought which was a game I got wrong. I thought Mount St. Mary's was going to win this because Texas Southwestern, they're not great. They turn over the ball a lot. They don't shoot as often. When they do, it's often blocked. And they don't. Texas Southwestern also doesn't do great when it comes to forcing turnovers as well. I thought Mount St. Mary's was going to win this by 12 points. I literally thought it was going to be a blowout in the other direction.
Yeah, well, looking at it though, Jefferson for St. Mary's didn't score, so you lost 8 points right there and stopping the big guy. So he scores. You're looking at a tie game, overtime game. If he gets his 8 points. So that was a big blow. Um, and then they only used a couple guys out. I mean, one of their guys, Thomas, came off the bench 29 minutes, only scored 9 points. So they're a team that only uses, 6, 7 guys throughout the whole season
Yeah.
or through the game.
And even looking at the turnovers here, Texas Southwestern turned the ball over 5 times. Looking at Mount St. Mary's, though, they turned the ball 9 times. So they even then they did not turn the ball over as often. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, turnovers are key, and neither team really turned it over. I mean,
And looking at the fouls too, there was a couple more fouls from Texas Southwestern than there was Mount St. Mary's.
Yep.
So
and you only had a couple steals between the teams. South St. Mary's had 7 blocks. So I mean, it was a low key defensive game. Not much turnovers, not much steals and stuff like that. So rebounding was about the same. So,
and then going to the last game before moving on to the next topic, was Norfolk State versus Appalachian State. I got that game right.
yeah.
Norfolk State won 54-53. And I said, but it was another 1 score game. Wait, you said, what happened? What's going on?
It looks like Juju Smith-Schuster is returning to Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
But we'll get into that because I had a take on that earlier that I heard late night. So let's keep going.
Before I do that, I just wanted to break something else. Actually, Arkansas's losing.
Yeah, Arkansas.
They're losing to the 14th seed, 33-19.
Yep, 33-19. I was just going to break in. You got about 4 minutes, about 4.5 minutes left in the first half. So,
Norfolk State and Appalachian State. There was another game that, I thought I thought this was I went in Norfolk's favor, and going into it, looking at the stats here. They were just, outside of blocks and turnovers. It went personal foul. They had more personal fouls. They had more steals. It was a very close game. But the personal fouls, I think, if they continue this, I really think it's going to kill them in this next game, which I think the next game, if I'm not mistaken, is Gonzaga. So pretty much, they're not going to have much luck.
Yeah, like you said, looking at the stat, Norfolk State, they had Hawkins go off for 24, and he's averaging 10, so he doubled that. So if Appalachian State could have stopped him, you talk about a different ball game, But that's the way with the NCAA tournament is one guy goes off for one game or a whole series of games is a different turning point. I mean, both teams looked like they used their bench, got some help off the bench a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, one guy, Chavis for Norfolk State, looked like he got into foul trouble and only played about 12 minutes. Didn't do much. Didn't even take a shot, it looks like. So he must have got hurt, I'm looking at. But, yeah, they go up against the powerhouse Gonzaga. So good luck to them. And, you're definitely going to have a more than a 45-point outburst to get past Gonzaga. So, that was a sweet pass.
For which game?
The Arkansas game. Actually, Arkansas came down and the guard had like almost a semi no look pass to the guy in the middle for an easy layup. So I kind of like.
Drexel is losing right now. Just game update. They're losing by 1 point to Illinois.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. I mean,
now I do want now Now to go on to the next topic, we're actually going to talk about some WWE before we go to the NFL.
Okay.
WWE Fastlane it's coming around right around the corner. They've
Yep.
actually confirmed some matches.
I got 5, it looks like.
I wanted to touch the first match. What are your predictions for the Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus?
Honestly, I could see that match being a no contest. The matches they've had so far, they've beaten the living out of each other, and these guys are best friends. They've documented it. They, having a little brotherly love, I guess, but they have just taken it to each other hard. So
yeah,
I definitely could see a no contest, which then I guess would set up a triple threat that a lot of people are predicting at WrestleMania with Bobby Lashley for the Universal title. So
I feel like this match is going to be a very, very long one. But if I had to pick a winner, I'm going with. I see so many kicked out in this game, but I feel like the winner of this game will be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but the way they've been producing on SmackDown or on Raw. Wait, no, they're on Smack. Yeah, they're on Raw.
They're on Raw because that Miz fight with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, so the matches they've been doing on Raw, they've just been beating. Both of them took a nice steel step shot, and I could just see this one, just like you said, going for a while, just being possibly the match of the night right now by looking at the card. I mean, you got Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. I mean, unless Jey Uso somehow, either one, I guess, because they're going to have an enforcer outside, which is determined today. Between Edge and Jey Uso, the winner will be the enforcer on the outside. I know there's a lot of speculations that Jey Uso might cost Roman the title. We'll see.
I don't think so. I think Edge is going to win this one. And to be honest with you, I want Edge to win this one.
I think if Edge wins, I think that's where you're going to get your swerve at, because I think he wants to face Roman Reigns. So, and there's another possibility where somebody gets swerved in this one, and you're looking at a triple threat, which to me, for a title, I don't really care for. They kind of are exciting matches, but it seems like WWE's been doing a lot of these triple threat 4-ways for titles, and
Daniel Bryan, he's looking to retire, which is why I want him to win it all.
Yeah. Yeah, give him a farewell tour. I get it.
Yeah, I want him to win it all, and to be honest. I don't like what they're doing with the Miz storyline. I just don't. I mean, he's one of my favorite wrestlers because of his talent.
With who? Miz?
Miz, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like with what they're doing with this storyline.
Yeah, they're kind of. I don't know. It seems like each show, they're doing a different storyline with everybody, and now you got the Miz and Morrison. It looks like they're going to set up a match that hasn't been announced yet, so I'm not thinking Fastlane. Excuse me, but WrestleMania, where it's going to be Miz and Morrison versus Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. So,
and I wanted to touch, a storyline that I really like, to be honest with you, outside of Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I'm not liking this match, even though I am predicting with the upset. I feel like Alexa is going to beat Randy Orton in this match.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, because I know they tried these intergender matches before, and then USA said they didn't want them anymore, and now they're on Fox. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, you gotta bring Wyatt back or the Fiend back someday, so maybe they bring them back. This one,
Yeah.
another intriguing match to me is Nia Jax Baszler versus Banks and Belair. I don't see Banks and Belair winning the tag titles because one, we've already seen the dual champions quite a bit this past year, so I think there's going to be a split between Banks and Belair to fire up their WrestleMania match. So I see a turn on somewhere there, or and I think it's going to be Belair. Belair's been kind of fed up with Reginald and Banks'
Mm-hmm.
little secret love story. So I think Reginald will get involved, and Banks will finally flip out, or Belair will finally flip out and either cost a match or they'll lose, and then she'll do her flip out. So, and then we got oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was actually going to say with the Ralph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus Street Profits.
Oh, has that one been announced?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is. I say that the Street Profits are going to continue their streak. I feel like they're going to win this one.
Yeah, I like the Street Profits. Montez Ford, I think
too.
his name is. That guy could jump. That guy can jump out. It looks like every time he jumps, he's jumping off a trampoline. That guy gets so much height on everything that he does, and he's probably got one of the sweetest drop kicks to date. So yeah, I can see them beating the Dirty Dogs. So, and then we got the last match I got confirmed is Big E versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews kind of turned heel recently and is now doing some. I can't remember the nation that he's representing now.
Somewhere in Africa, I can't.
Yeah. He's trying to, they're kind of, to me, doing this Roman Reigns thing with Apollo Crews, where he's now the king or the next like prince or whatever. So we'll see where that goes. I see Big E keeping the title. I mean, until WrestleMania. So
well, I feel like this is going to be close.
It's gonna be a good match. I mean, both guys are powerhouses.
I feel like Big E's gonna to win this though. And now, did we already talk about Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman?
No, that was another match. Okay, so we did have another match. Okay.
Yeah, Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. Braun's gonna, unless if we see what happened last week, it's another one of those. Braun's probably gonna win this.
You would think Braun would win. I mean, the guy is huge. Shane McMahon's a puppet compared to him, but I don't know. I mean, if it's a straight up match, where there's no DQs and stuff, or DQs loses a match, Strowman should win. But if they turn it into a no DQ false call in anywhere match, I mean, Shane is a daredevil. No matter his age, he likes to climb up and take leaps and bounds. But I can see Shane. I can see Strowman or Shane winning, I guess. But we'll see what the match is actually going to be.
Then the next one, did we already talk about Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus?
Yep. That's where I said Blair is probably going to turn on him.
Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, is that one a confirmed match?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm reading the list right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Shinsuke Nakamura. He's very, very talented. You're gonna go with him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Shinsuke. I mean, Seth Rollins, talented too, but excuse me. Yeah, I don't think Shinsuke could lose this match, but it's WWE, so what do I know?
And then we already talked about Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. So.
Yep. I think that covers the whole all the matches. So it should be a good pay-per-view. They definitely need to make a string of pay-per-views because AEW right now to me is better.
Arkansas, just give you a game update. Arkansas is actually coming back in this
Yeah.
game. They're losing, but they're losing only by 1 point,
Yep.
33-32.
Yep. You just
Very
got a
close to
foul.
halftime. Yeah.
Yeah. You got about 50 seconds left.
Yeah. And then another game
Ooh.
update: 17-11 Illinois over Jacksonville.
Okay. Yep. And then it looks like the Virginia Tech game started back up, and you got 42-36. About 16 minutes left. Virginia Tech is up on Florida.
Now going on and talking, going to be covering a little bit of NFL free agency stuff. I just wanted to confirm, you already said about the Juju Smith-Schuster, which I actually like that.
Ooh, Arkansas just took the lead.
I don't actually. If they get a good starting wide receiver, then I like that move because he's a very good number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I had a prediction, which I'll eat my humble pie on this. I thought he was going to Arizona.
Yeah.
Until the AJ Green signing. That's because he's a great wide receiver number 2, but not number 1. You have DeAndre Hopkins is a true number 1.
Yeah.
So I felt like he was going to go to Arizona to play with the Cardinals for a year or 2. But Steelers signing Juju Smith-Schuster was not the most shocking news that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
At first, I'm like, what the? But then I slept. I slept on this news. And if they can't find a true number 1 running back, then I like this. I do. I'm just gonna say it. And that's Mitchell Trubisky going to Buffalo Bills. Because the last year Josh Allen was the guy leading the Buffalo Bills in rushing yards. So if Buffalo goes out and let's say Josh Allen gets hurt next season and he goes down, you still have a true solid backup in Mitchell Trubisky. He's not great. He's not great by any means of the imagination, but I mean, he's definitely, as a backup, he's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're a Bears fan, you can't stand the guy. But as a sports fan, I think you're right. I think him going to Buffalo is a perfect fit because Allen's the number 1 guy. So you come in and you get your backup reps. To
be honest, I feel like Buffalo, that's what they should do in the draft, is draft a running back.
Okay.
I would say first round.
Well, I know a couple of our other cohorts we know. I think Buffalo should make a call for AP. Bring him in. Yep, yeah, give him a nice run. I mean,
I see that. I totally see that.
And the one shocker I saw was my guy Kyle Rudolph signing with the Giants. I thought for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure he was either gonna stick it to us and go to Green Bay, or he'd go to a contender. And I actually thought Buffalo. Kyle Rudolph is not a number 1 target. I mean, he's a 3 or 4. So if you got a couple of good receivers, I mean, definitely Kyle Rudolph in the red zone. Yeah, he's your biggest target. But
yeah,
going to New York, he's gonna struggle, I think.
And just to give a little bit of a hot take here, Giants' offensive line's not really that great. And I'm going to go off on a hot take. This is going to be really, really big hot take here. I feel like Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are going to get hurt this season. Maybe out for a game, or are going to go out for the remaining of the season. And if Saquon Barkley gets hurt for the remaining of the season, I see him gone.
Yeah. Being young and already being injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to, I mean, everybody's going to miss a game here or there, so that's not a big loss. But if you're missing multi-games, multi-seasons, that's going to be tough. And the Giants obviously can't afford that right now. So, yeah, I'm with you. If Barkley goes down again, then you got to start scrambling for another running back.
Yeah.
To build around.
And I know when they broke the news, when Freddie broke the news that they already grabbed another running back, I don't remember who it was, though. Because of having the concern about Saquon getting hurt for the second season, I don't know how I feel about that. I understand why the Giants made that move to go out there and get a running back, but I don't like it. I'd rather see them go out and get an offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are struggling on the offensive line side. So, running back, yeah, the name escapes me on who they got, unless you said it. It's just an insurance policy for Barkley. I mean, we all know Barkley's healthy. He's the starter, and he's healthy. He's probably one of the best backs in the league, top 5, top 7, roughly.
Yeah.
But the question is, can he stay healthy? So, just to kind of backtrack, a little breaking news for all our wrestling fans. If they wanted to know who the host of WrestleMania was going to be this year, you got the immortal Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil is going to be the host of WrestleMania this year. So,
wow.
Yep. Just in case anybody was interested, WrestleMania again will be a 2-day show, the 10th and 11th of April. So, should be a good time there. So, yeah, back to NFL. So, a lot of teams are restructuring contracts to make room to make some moves.
I don't, I like Justin Simmons. I just wanted to touch that a little bit. Yep. They extended him, but as they gave him a very big contract, and I don't know how I feel about that. He's now the highest paid safety in the NFL currently. Justin Simmons is. He's great. He's great out there in the backfield, but I mean he's great out there defensively. But I don't know. I don't. I mean we have him back, but I think we should use some of that money towards other players. We don't. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, you said he's a great safety. I mean, as much as we could talk about how overpaid these guys are, that's the going rate. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, money can be spent elsewhere. I mean, we're seeing it this year. A lot of players are restructuring their deals so they can free up cap space. So, but the Vikings also went out and signed Pat Peterson a couple days ago for a corner. So, I like that. It's going to help the defense. I mean, he's up there. He's probably not the same Pat Peterson that broke into the league, but he's still productive. He can help this young Vikings defense with some veteran leadership.
I just wanted to give a little bit of a score update right now. Arkansas is back in the lead.
That's at
33 in halftime.
Yeah, that's at half. Virginia Tech 44-38. About 13 minutes left there.
And Illinois 23-15.
Since I turned on the Illinois game, they seem to be pulling away here a little bit. So
Utah State, Texas Tech. I have not actually, typed anything up for that. I will in a little bit after the show's over.
Yeah, they just started.
They just started 0-0.
Well, so what do you take on Watson's little ordeal going on? What are you doing if you're Houston?
If I'm Houston, I don't know. looking at it, I have mixed emotions, to be honest. He's probably not going to Denver. As
Okay.
much as I want him to, he's probably not. He's not going to Philly because he doesn't want to go to Philly. As much as there's rumors about it, he's probably not going to. Looking at the Carolina Panthers, scratch that name off because he got rid of Curtis Samuel. If that trade ends up happening, Christian McCaffrey is probably going to be involved. And where are they in terms of weapons? Carolina. So that's not going to work out. Chicago, I could see it because Chicago did franchise tag Allen Robinson. There's
Which a lot of people thought that was leading towards Russell Wilson trade.
Yeah, Russell Wilson trade, but man, I don't know. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But considering him going I could see the only team I could see him Watson going to now, unless if they figured out, hey, Watson is falsely accused. He's probably going to San Francisco.
Okay.
Unless if Watson, they figure out that Watson is falsely accused. If that happens, then I see him going to Denver. But I don't. There's so many. There is so many. There's 7 witnesses.
Yeah.
There's 7. My concern though is why now?
That's what I'm saying is, the first allegations, I guess, came or dated back to December 2020. So we're 4 months roughly from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why now? And one's reporting multi incidents. Okay, if he did something he didn't like the first time, why not report it?
Yeah.
And maybe they did, and maybe their bosses or whatever is like, hey, that's who so and so. Okay, so now it's on the boss or the company.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying Watson's innocent or he, I am going to overlook what he did because it's not right. But the girls that are now coming out and making all these allegations, why now? Why not the day after? Why not a week after?
And we're not gonna spend too much on this, but
no.
I will say though, this is one thing I will say though.
If I'm Houston, you're stuck with them right now.
Yeah, you look at Von Miller's case. They figured it out. They cleared him, and he's no longer under he's no longer a suspect, but he was. And that's the only reason why there was talk about letting Von Miller go.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, the question, if I'm lawyers, I'm asking why. If I'm Houston, you're kind of stuck with them right now until everything clears up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take a stand at trading them, you ain't getting nothing for them but a bag of chips right now. Yes. So I mean, no team's going to take that chance. I mean, honestly, if I was them, I'd call Belichick and be like, "Hey, what do you want?" So,
looking at it though. Yeah, but would Belichick take that offer though?
It would have to be a small offer. I mean, you're not going to get your 3 picks, 2 players, whatever they first wanted. You're probably going to get a couple mid-round selections and maybe a first down the road, depending on how this lawsuits turn out.
If this trade works out, I see this happening by a 3 or 4 trade deal. I just personally do because you cannot get what you want in a 2-team trade deal.
Yeah. Well, see, right now I think Houston's hands are tied. I think we're going to stop here. So
they are.
But so moving on,
I wanted to cover Chicago actually.
That's where I was
Andy
going to go
Dalton,
next.
Andy Dalton, he signed with the Chicago Bears. I just wanted to touch, Andy Dalton first. To be honest, I think Andy's signing with Chicago A hurts the Chicago Bears. B, in a way, it hurts Dallas as well.
Yeah,
Because we don't know if Dak is going to be 100% entering into the season.
yeah. I think it hurts Dallas more. Because now you don't have that veteran backup.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they go out and they get like a Teddy or I don't know. Fitzmagic signed with Washington, so he's off the market. Mariota, I think, is a free agent. So if they win it, if they go out and get themselves a nice journeyman backup, Dallas is going to be okay. But if they don't go out and get nobody, it's going to hurt. There's no upgrade in Chicago right now.
There's no upgrade. Yes.
I like Dalton. I thought he was a pretty decent quarterback throughout his career, but I'm sorry.
He's not the same anymore.
No.
Now, I know a lot of people disagree with this, but I do think he is an upgrade over Nick Foles, though. A little.
Foles,
not
I get what you're saying. Foles is a system quarterback. He proved that in Philly.
Yeah,
he won the title just like Case Keenum, system quarterback, worked out in Minnesota. He signs with Denver, and then he went to the Browns, I think, or the Bengals.
He went to the Washington football team.
Oh, that's right.
And then
he went to Washington Browns, and he's done nothing since. So
yeah, he's done nothing since. But I'm gonna go off on a hot take though. Again, if we kept Emmanuel Sanders, I feel like our season would have ended differently. And I feel like Denver would have a better year, the year with Case Keenum, than they would have had without Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, well, honestly, if I was the owners or the GM of the Vikings, Case Keenum wouldn't have left here.
Because Case Keenum, looking at our last couple of games, we played the Browns and we lost to the Browns. We lost to the Browns by a few points. That would have been a win.
Yep.
We probably would have beaten the 49ers. That would have been a win. And we probably would have been beaten the team that we traded. No. That was Demaryius Thomas. Excuse me. We probably would have. The Raiders might be the only exception. I see. We might have beaten the Raiders. Maybe not. I see maybe with Emmanuel Sanders. I feel like that season, the Broncos have improved so much from the beginning to the year, and then Emmanuel won it out after he beat Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, if I was at that point in time, I'm taking Case, not taking Kurt.
Yeah.
I'm drafting Lamar Jackson. Let them battle it out. So, but moving forward,
I will say this though. Looking into this year, it might be this might be a biased statement, but I feel like we're gonna have a much better year.
Are you gonna have a quarterback for 16 games?
I was referring to our wide receivers.
Yeah.
I feel like Jerry Jeudy's going to have a better year. We have Courtland Sutton back. If we keep Drew Lock's not a great quarterback by any means, but that Drew Lock does have a connection with Courtland Sutton, and that's going to help out a lot.
This is Lock's third year or fourth year?
Third.
Okay, so they've always said quarterback takes a couple years in the starting role to mature.
Yes.
So.
Yeah,
so
which is why I don't like it when teams like what Washington did. I don't like it that it take after the third season. That's when I'm fine with getting rid of the quarterback. But they've done. I'm just not a fan of that.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Chicago. We got a little off track there.
Yeah, we did.
So rumor had it that Chicago offered 3 firsts, a third, 2 starters for Russell Wilson. And I saw one rumor, and somebody actually confirmed it. Well, confirmed the rumor I saw that one of those players was Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm. It
If
was
you're if you're Seattle, do you do that trade?
if it was actually just to give a little bit more of a detail. It was Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the other guy's name.
And I was gonna, I would, and I'm just gonna
But
go off another hot take. I'm on a roll today.
yeah,
I honestly think Pete Carroll does not want to get rid of Russell Wilson. It's really just an ownership thing.
yeah.
Because that final, looking into some of Seattle's case, that final deal really went down to Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
And
he's a
he said
GM.
no. He said no.
So
He did turn down that offer.
I mean, realistically, there's what 5 teams roughly that don't need quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're down to what 25 teams, 27 teams roughly
Yeah.
that need a quarterback. Any deal that Chicago makes and that has Khalil Mack in there, or no, let me state that. Well, no, I mean any deal that Khalil Mack's in for a quarterback, I'm taking that deal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Houston wants it for Watson. I mean, Pete Carroll should be on the hot seat right now. I mean, you're offering me that. I got David Carr. You want David Carr? You're giving me Mac back. I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Tua. I'm taking that deal.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's unless you're Mahomes and Rodgers. I mean, those two for sure. I'm not taking that deal on. Mahomes for sure. But any deal that has Mac in there, any team's going to take that.
I would
Especially
just say Mahomes. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even go with Rodgers. I would just say Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you're giving me 3 picks, Mac, Hicks, and a 3rd round pick for my disgruntled quarterback. Yeah, even if it was a receiver, disgruntled star receiver, you want him? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take Mac. I mean, if I'm the Vikings and the Bears call and say, "Hey, we'll take Thielen off your hands for this," yeah, I'm taking it. Cook, yeah, I'm taking it. I'm definitely taking it for Kirk Cousins. So.
Well, I mean, Rams is another scenario that I might take it.
Yeah, but they just made a move. I mean, if it was like a 2 years down the road and this came up and they offered Mac, yeah, Rams would be foolish to not take. I mean, to pair up Mac and Sam Donald together. Oh, Arizona's another one.
Yeah.
Now that they got Watts there, you put Mac on that line and get rid of Kyle Murray. Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry, Jay. Love you, bud, but if I'm Arizona, they called me for Mac and 3 picks, and they want Murray. I'm sending Murray, bud.
Yeah. Just doing a little bit of a game update. Virginia Tech is up 48-44 over the Florida Gators.
46. They just scored again.
48-46?
Yep.
Okay, wow. So it's really down to 2. I have Florida taking this. Colgate is up. Colgate is losing to Arkansas 36-33.
Just started second half there.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Utah State and Texas Tech. That just started. You got a 1-point game there.
It's 10-7 in favor of Utah State right now.
Okay.
And then
the closing seconds here. Halftime now. Illinois 39. Drexel 21.
21, yeah.
There's your guy. They're just showing your guy with the mask on his head now.
Yeah.
I can't see his name. But out of these games, who do you got right now? I mean, I know we kind of football talk, but the games that are going on right now, who do you got winning?
we're about to wrap this up because we just hit the hour mark.
Okay.
But I will say this though. It's going in Virginia Tech, but it's Virginia Tech's favor. But I still am going to go with Florida for that game.
Okay.
Colgate game. Colgate game. Actually, I'm going to go. I know. In the bracket I said Arkansas, but I'm feeling the upset. I just feel like they're going to pull out that upset and go and win that. Drexel. Much as I want to see them try, Illinois wins this.
Yeah.
Utah State. I feel like they're winning right now, but I don't think they're going to. I feel like Texas Tech is gonna. There's not really much in that game that has been played, so
Yeah.
I still feel going to go with Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, right now the brackets I picked: Texas Tech, Arkansas, Florida, and Illinois. But yeah, that Colgate game looks to be a battle. I'll probably flip that on here after we're off here to watch the end of that game. But like we said, I mean, everybody said it. There's going to be a lot of upsets. It's just where are they coming from? You know.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people have said that, but yet you ask them where the upsets are. Oh, I don't know. It could be this game. It could be that game.
I see.
I'm picking this game, but I can feel an upset on that game. I mean,
there's two games for sure that I feel like are going to be upsets.
okay.
For one, just picking the fact that Kansas Jayhawks are going to make the Final Four. That for sure is going to be an upset.
Okay.
But the other one's also in the Western Conference. I feel like Gonzaga is going to lose for Virginia.
Okay, so you got them
Yeah.
going out early or Sweet 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple brackets I've had them winning. I've had them losing as Sweet 16, Lead 8. Two teams I'm really going to watch for is Georgetown. I like Patrick Ewing. I like what he's doing there. I'd like to see him lead his alma mater to some great years ahead of him. And then Loyola Chicago. One team I did one bracket I did pick them as my Cinderella team going to the Final Four. So I don't see that really happening because Illinois is tough. They would have to get by Illinois. But to get by Illinois, sky's the limit. But with that being said, it's March Madness, baby.
And now again, that being said, we're about to wrap this up. Brandon, do you have any final thoughts before we get this close?
Good luck to everybody that's filled out a bracket. I actually did my first two brackets for the women's side. So we'll see how those turn out. Guys, get out there and fill out a women's bracket. They don't get talked about a lot. We talked about it on Sports Minute on Wednesday. So, yeah, get out there, fill out a women's bracket. See how you do.
And the next, for my final thoughts is, again, good luck. Good luck to everybody who made it to the March Madness bracket. Yep. And good luck to everybody who's playing in to all the teams playing in MLB Opening Day, which our next show is actually our next show's on Tuesday, which that is the 25th. Am I correct?
That'll be a week before Opening Day, I believe, or a week and a couple days.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have to have a full MLB day.
Yeah, that's true. We could do a full MLB day.
Yeah.
But for that being said, the next show, stay tuned. The next show is the Die Hard Football Podcast by Christopher Mabry. Talking all things football. But as I learned the other day, football is actually not his most intriguing sport to watch. It's actually rugby.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What that means?
That kind of intrigued me too. I mean, I know we're closing up, but if it wasn't for baseball, I would have probably tried a little rugby myself.
Yeah, I follow rugby, especially since BYU is really good at it. But with that being said, we're just gonna close this out. See you guys on Tuesday on the Facebook side.
All right.
Peace.